What's happening guys, this is Bharat Nagpal, and today we're going to be talking about the new Beats Studio. The new Studio are the first headphones to come out from the Beats lineup after they split up with Monster. So now Beats and Monster are separate, so you don't have Beats headphones being made by Monster. Beats is a completely separate brand and Monster is a completely separate brand. For those who don't know, this piece of information may be really crucial. Now the headphones cost $399 US. That's approximately 24,000 Indian rupees if you go by the current dollar prices, and they are fairly expensive. But here's what's changed from the previous generation to the new generation, and we'll start off with build quality and ergonomics. So first of all, the build quality on the new Beats is definitely much better. You have a nicer, completely finished off headband, so that is stronger and sturdier than the previous generation, which would tend to snap off if overextended. This one is fairly tensile and will not easily snap off from the center if you stretch it far enough. You also don't have those bothersome screws at the edge of the headband. They used to get unscrewed from the edge of the headband. You don't have those anymore, so you have a cleaner, a nicer and a flush looking headband with plastic obviously on the top. So you have a polycarbonate sort of plastic over there which is glossy. You have the Beats logo on the top, and then you have the steel inlay which has the Studio logo over there. And then you of course have the steel extension bands which sort of let you adjust the height and the size of the headband. The ear cups are also made out of leather, so they are slightly more comfortable. They are softer than the previous generation one, and they also seem to return to their original position much faster. So the memory foam that they've used inside seems to be softer as well as more responsive to the original shape, which is a good thing, so your headphones won't lose their shape for a very long time. On the inside you have a really nice soft touch rubber sort of cover that sits on the inside of the headband, and it sits on your head very comfortable. It does not strain your head at all and feels really comfortable, really soft on the head. So overall, in terms of build quality, Beats seem to have done a fantastic job with the new Studio, and it's definitely leaps and bounds better than the previous generation Studio headphones. Now let's talk about what else has changed. In terms of hardware, a lot has changed as well. So instead of using AAA batteries for executing the headphones, now you have an inbuilt lithium-ion battery that has been rated for about 15 to 20 hours of playback, which is more or less accurate with our testing. We got about 15 hours of continuous playback. So if you are, for example, traveling on a flight, which is about 14 hours, your headphones will last mostly throughout the flight. You also have a convenient micro USB charging port, so you can use a USB port or a portable charger to charge your headphones wherever you are on the go. So it uses a standard USB to micro USB cable, which is supplied in the box, which is also very convenient. Or you can use any of the cables that come with your smartphones nowadays. So it's fairly generic and fairly easy to find. Now the included carry case is a hard case, but you lose out on cable management pockets. And it is a slightly thicker case when compared to many other cases, including the Beats Executive, which had a really nice and flat, comfortable case to carry on with. Also, in comparison to the Beats Executive, the headphones don't fold flat, so they will remain in this shape and they will fold into a convenient size, but they don't fold flat, so you still have a thick headphone to put in your bag. Now, the new Studio headphones have two styles of noise cancellation. They are active noise cancellation headphones, but they also have two different forms of adaptive noise cancellation. So one is for your music. So if you're listening to music, a different sort of noise cancellation is engaged that ensures that you get a better quality music experience. And if you're not listening to music, if you just want to shut the world out, you have one mode which actually synthesizes all ambient noises and gives you sort of a quieter feel around the head. Now both these modes are again leaps and bounds better than the previous generation of Studio. You also don't get that pinching feeling around your ear when you're wearing these headphones, when you're listening to music, or when you're just putting them on. If you're sitting on a flight or if you're sitting in a noisy environment, you can just put these on and get a quieter sort of feeling around your ears. Now these headphones do require to be powered on while you're listening to music, and they do require a battery, so every time you're listening to music it will consume the inbuilt battery. Another thing to note is that these headphones will always have noise cancellation on, and this is a feature that you can't turn off. So if you don't like noise cancellation while listening to music or on your headphones in general, you may want to avoid the Beats Studio. As always, you have a convenient mute button that will actually mute the audio from the headphones or mute the noise cancellation if you want to listen to somebody talking to you. Now, noise cancellation is pretty accurate as well, and you have microphones on both sides of the headphones, so you get active noise cancellation from both sides, not just one. Supplied in the box are two cables. One is a standard headphone cable, but the second one is a control talk cable, which now not only supports iOS devices including iPhones, iPads and iPods, it also supports Android and BlackBerry devices, so you can control your music tracks, volume, as well as play and pause the music. You also have a built-in microphones to take calls. In case you're on your phone, you can conveniently take calls using the control talk cable. Now, as opposed to many headphone manufacturers nowadays, Beats has chosen not to use a flat style cable. It is a tangle resistant cable, but a flat style cable would have been preferred by us, to be quite honest. It does tend to sort of fold around and swivel around a little bit, but it is tangle resistant to quite an extent, which can be appreciated. Now let's talk about sound quality. Now, Beats have been known to have over exaggerated bass, and that's what you see with the new Studio as well. However, sound is much better than the first generation of Studio. You get slightly more accurate levels, midtones are also fairly unified, and you get good quality lows. One more thing is that the first generation Studio had a terrible peaking problem. So if you had really loud music going into the headphones, they would peak and you would hear the lows completely tear up. You don't see that in the new Studio headphones. So you have lows that are balanced out, and they do tend to peak at highs at higher volumes. They do tend to peak at higher volumes, but it's not that exaggerated as it was in the first generation of Studio, and you can actually live with this as opposed to the ones that you had in the first generation. Now, if you want a completely balanced sound, you have many headphones that are slightly cheaper than this and slightly better sounding in terms of overall sound quality. So you have Audio-Technica, you even have the Sennheiser Momentum, and you have the Bose noise cancellation headphones. They also come in a wireless version. So in terms of audio quality, if you want a more balanced sound, the Bose is highly recommended, as well as Audio-Technica. They give a completely balanced sound, and they're not overemphasizing on the bass. But the Beats headphones do look slightly better. So if you're into aesthetics of your headphones, the Beats, according to us, look the best out of the Sennheiser Momentum, out of the Audio-Technica, and out of the Bose. And also, the fact is that they are really heavy on the bass. So if you like headphones that are heavy on the bass, the Beats Studio will not disappoint. Now, they do also come in a wireless version, which is something that we're going to be checking out next week or in a couple of weeks. So in case you're interested in getting a wireless version of this, we'll have a review on that soon enough. For $400, the new Beats Studio seem to be slightly overpriced, but that's what Beats headphones are. And if you are in the market for something that has an aesthetic appeal, heavy bass, and an overall good experience, new Beats Studio will not disappoint. In terms of audio quality, I also feel that the Beats Executive have a slightly more balanced sound as opposed to the Beats new Studio. The new Studio really emphasized on the bass, and whereas the Executives are slightly more balanced. There you go, guys. This has been Bharat Nagpal. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or queries, do check out iGyan.in, and you can also catch us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/iGyan, youtube.com/iGyanTV for iGyan Networks. Thank you guys for watching.